How's it going? Thought I'd do a bit of a clip on what went well and what didn't do so well over summer for us here in subtropical Australia. So I'm not feeling so crash hot myself today, so hopefully I don't mumble too much, but I thought I'd start up the top of the house here. These chilies, the bell chilies, did awesome for us this year. We were very impressed with them. We managed to get a lot without fruit fly strike, but as you can see, don't know if you can make that out, there's a little bit of a dot just there, and that's where a fruit fly has struck these guys. So there's a bit of a better look down there, that little mark. So there'll be maggots in there. So this tree is actually 3 or 4 years old. So I actually think he's about 3 years, coming up to 3 years. So he's going to be pulled this year anyway. And that barrel will be changed into a wicking barrel Mark II with a donut in the bottom. So yeah, I think it's about time to give that a rest. I've saved a whole stack of seeds from these guys this year, so that'll definitely be happening soon. The pepinos, they did fairly well for us, but we're getting a lot of, I think it's a mite infestation with these guys after I cut him back. So as far as production wise goes and the length of time it took to actually get fruit off these guys, I don't think he is the sort of plant we really want in the garden. I've left one go in the aquaponics, so he'll be coming out and we'll be putting in probably some strawberries or garlic there. I haven't quite decided, but I've got some garlic in the fridge getting it ready to plant out. So probably garlic, I'd say, up close to the house, and that one there may end up with some strawberries, just because this side of the house, the yard, gets a lot of winter sun. So the black soldier fly farm, well, it's out here and it's empty at the moment. We had a very large rain event a couple of weeks back, caused some minor flooding around the area, or major minor flooding. So it got inundated with rain, flooded it out, so I just decided to toss the soldier fly, and quite a few were drowned actually, the soldier fly and all the compost under some grass clippings out the front. We're growing some pigeon pea around, and yeah, just to help break down the grass. Grass doesn't compost too well by itself. I have a whole load of compost riddled with soldier fly that'll be going in there very soon. One thing that I have been very impressed with this summer has been this worm farm. It has done very, very well. Just look at the worms on the surface here. They're trying to get out because it's a bit wet at the moment, so I always find when it rains they like to go up the sides. This is one I showed in the clip the other week. There's been 2 or 3 loads of food in here. Looks like the girls have just tossed some more on top, so doing really, really well. And look what I just found. Soldier fly larvae. I'll let him go in there. So this one had a whole heap of pineapple put in it the other day, and the worms love the sweet fruit. And just the peelings from the skin, you can sort of see some of the flaky bits. So absolutely love it. This stuff down here is ready now just to be scraped up and moved up to the other end, and yeah, this stuff here will be ready for harvest in a couple of weeks, nice and light and fluffy. So these 2 top beds didn't do all that great this year, and it's a theme that's been going through our garden as a whole at the moment. Nematodes. Switch off now if you're sick and tired of hearing about nematodes and the problems we're having, but I really do think that's what put the death nail in the zucchinis here, and the beans, the snake beans that were there. When I pulled up the roots, there was some damage on there from the nematodes. These beds have been molassed. I actually bought 20 litres of molasses the other day, and I'm going to do a lot of the beds in the patch. I'll show you some carrots that actually have had a bit of a nematode infestation down the track. So yeah, that's one of the major downer this year has been the nematodes. So I think these beds are picking up. This Gimpy Gold Cucumber is doing really well, and this loofah over here, this is an angled loofah. It's just put on a load of growth over the last couple of weeks with this rain. Down here, the pineapples. Yeah, I'm really chuffed with the way they went this year. We've got 2 very big pups here. These guys are getting a bit out of control, so I'm going to take them off as soon as the weather clears and I feel a bit better, and I'm going to plant them out. My father was talking to me yesterday. He actually left some pups go on one plant just to see how it would go, and he found the next year the pineapples were a lot smaller, so that's something interesting, I thought. Seedlings, all these seedlings are going really well. We've got some Peter peppers, some eggplants and all the rest. So the one downfall with the seedlings this year, or for this autumn, was the broccoli. The broccoli didn't really germinate that well, so I went out and bought some broccoli and also some rainbow chard. Both those lots of seedlings didn't appear. The yellow dragon fruit is going great guns. Most impressed with that. As you can see, whatever was planted here didn't do too well. I think we've got warrigal greens in one and angled loofahs in the other. They didn't grow too well, but yeah, most impressed with the dragon fruit. I'm actually giving some of them away, so I'm going to pop them up in the next couple of days. The okra has totally blown me away. It's done so well, and as you can see, we've got loads of fruit coming on these plants. Mighty happy with that. These two beds, this one here and this one here, were a bit of a dud in the large flooding rains we had a month or so ago. I think there's too much mushroom compost in these two beds, so I alleviated that by drilling some holes in the back corner higher up. It gives them a bit better drainage. This centre bed, the undumpelet in here is picked up. It's done really well. We've already harvested a few fruit off there, and there's some more undumplets to come off. Shallots have done well. Muggsy Jeff gave me some Chinese red shallots, and they've just multiplied. We didn't get many true to size shallots off of them, but we've been using the tops as a green onion or a chive, and I tell you what, fantastic, nice and spicy. So thank you very much, Jeff. We're going to continue growing these, not only for the green tops, but I'm going to try and get some nice big bulbs out of them as well. This lime tree's blown us away this summer. We've got so many fruit on this. This is the first year. I think last year we had 2 fruit that dropped off about that size, just to give you an idea, so fairly small. But this year she's just fully laden with fruit. We're absolutely stoked, and we've got a whole heap of more flowers and a grasshopper that are coming on. So I lost the grasshopper. Oh, there he is, got him. Yeah, so very impressed with that. The bay tree has started to pick up this summer. He's put on loads of growth, really impressed with that. So yeah, really happy with all this stuff. These grasshoppers though, we're not impressed with. We've just, as you can see, there's holes in everything. We've got so many grasshoppers with all this rain, but you know, you get that. This raspberry, native raspberry, we were going to pull this year, but it appears that it likes to flower and fruit late in the season, so mighty chuffed with that. The young loganberry died, unfortunately. That's a bit of a downer. Aquaponics has gone really well. These fish have put on some great size, haven't you? You're getting the grasshopper. That didn't last long. So very impressed with them. Thanks to everyone who's given me helps on clips and visited and given me a hand with this. I really appreciate it. I mean, this is the first time we've ever done aquaponics, and I'm fairly impressed with the results. Can't complain at all. This whole system is running hunky-dory at the moment, and this cucumber is the same age as the one up in the other bed, and it's just booming at the moment. I will show you these strawberries though. The strawberries, fantastic. Didn't get a lot of fruit from the aquaponic strawberries this year, but I think the system's a lot more mature now, so the next time they fruit we will. I just thought to show you this. We've got one growth node there that's throwing off a runner there with 2 more growth points, and then we have another growth point with another runner coming off further down, and the same again. So these strawberries have just gone burko in the system. I just can't get over that. This white turmeric has just boomed this year. I'm so impressed with that one. He's got the beautiful white flower I showed you in the other clip. Look at the size of this grasshopper. He got away. In here, I am mighty impressed with Sean's Bojolokia chili, so he'll be getting some of them very soon. Yellow 7s producing fruit. Very unhappy with the nematodes in here. This whole thing has been molasses and will be again, but yeah, it will bounce back. Already these plants have put on some awesome growth, and we're getting a second flush of fruit that has far surpassed the first flush. So I really think the nematodes were playing havoc with the fruiting the first round. We have our clumping leek, or perennial leek. That there, I'll get a bit closer, that there has got dozens and dozens of shoots that we can separate and plant out for a huge leek crop this winter. This chili over here has just blown me away. We've made so much chili paste and Asian style curry paste. I'm more than happy with this plant. It's got a nice medium heat to it, not too hot, and as you can see, I've got a load of fruit I need to pick today. Water chestnuts finally booming. I'm happy I sorted them out this year, so I've got some corms for next year and can eat some. These snake beans, I just can't get over that. That's the black seeded one, the large one, and these thin ones are the brown seeded. So we had a rat get into one of our capsicums the other day, so trying to catch him. At the moment it's gone off, but there's no rat in there. These snake beans, this is our new crop, and it's just gone burko. Really happy with them. These eggplants in this bed have also done well this year. produced loads of fruit. This is a nematode bed. It had the cucumbers, got calendula seedlings in there at the moment, and some dill and some spring onions, but the cucumbers, when I pulled them, the roots were just mutated with the nematodes. We got a decent harvest. We would have got close to 10 kilos, I think, of cucumbers off this. We had dozens of cucumbers, but it just didn't have the staying power, or the vigour was sapped out by the nematodes. Bianca's comfrey's been harvested a few times. It's done really well. This yacon, I'm waiting for it to die back so we can harvest the roots and hoe into them. I did notice yesterday that we're starting to get a flower bud, so that'll be interesting. Also too, with these guys propagate a little bit differently than what you would think, so I'm going to do a clip on them when it comes time. These are the carrots I was talking to you about before with the nematodes. We find the big ones, the ones with a lot of vigour, don't tend to get affected as much, but I'll pull one out and just show you anyway. From over here, oh, here's one. That's a carrot. That's what the nematodes do. So those nematodes have got in there nice and early and they've just destroyed him. So there's 2 carrots there actually. So that's what we're sort of battling against, and that's why we're getting the molasses into the garden. Sort of a bit heartbreaking. I was complaining about the white beetroot not doing too well last week in my last walk around clip, and that's why I think nematodes all through here. So a couple of litres will be going through this bed for sure. This ginger over here is a big success. This ginger just pops up randomly in this bed every year, and we have got, since I put the blurry finger, since I put the mulch on with the horse manure and worm castings, we've had 4 new shoots come out. So I think there's definitely been underfed in the other beds, the ginger, so this bed may end up with a permanent stand of ginger. We'll just see. We don't plan a great deal, we just like to have a little bit. Weeded out a whole load of tomatoes. I've learnt my lesson. Do not mix worm castings through with mulch. Yeah, I've had a great crop of weed tomatoes in there. You can see some over the back I haven't picked yet. In here I haven't had any luck with the broccoli seeds I planted out. 1 or 2 of the rainbow chard have grown, so that's why I bought those little seedlings I showed you before. A big success in terms of survival is this Jarrahdale, but it's a big dud in respect to production. We've had 1 pumpkin off it, and just to show you, it actually rotted out of there and is now, they're the leaders, or the stalks that have just tapped into the earth, and they're just growing just with the natural rainfall now. No assistance from the wicking beds. They're actually growing up there and up the neighbour's fence. So we've got pumpkins going over the neighbour's fence and sweet potatoes going under, so hope James doesn't mind. Just to show you this pumpkin over here, it's actually perished over there. The vine is dying down in there. Sorry about the glare. But next door, it's booming. It's growing up the fence and all through the grass, so this pumpkin definitely wants to live. And I just noticed that the blueberry started to flower. We've got 1 little white flower down in there. There's another one over the back there, so sweet. Loads of new growth on there. I gave him another sulphuring and topped up the soil with a load of worm castings and horse manure, and yeah, it's loved this rain and the feeding, so it's booming. This is a wicking barrel we've just neglected. We've just let this one go, and as you can see, the perennial leeks have just bounced back in this after it dried out over summer. I actually wasn't watering this, I just totally neglected it. There's a nice little beneficial ladybird or ladybug for you. Getting some of this weed in here that I'm not too fond of, so I'll just pull that out quickly while I think of it. Sorry, ladybug. Yeah, so this barrel, I'll pull the tomato. Oh, I might leave the tomato. We'll see how it goes in there. So I like little things like this, just random things that pop up in the patch like that tomato. We've got some sweet basil popping up down in there. Some nice little sweet basil, and I have lettuce popping up in the pavers in here, just on the other side there. So a few little random lettuce plants popping up over there as well. So I'm most impressed with the volunteers we've had this year. They've put in a big effort. Another thing that's done really well for me this year, I just thought I'd show you this, and I dang on about it a bit. It's not for everyone, not everyone likes to garden this way, but I'm just sharing my experience with you. I just noticed I've got coriander popping up, woohoo! This bed here, and tomato, and mushrooms. This bed here is one of the original wood chip beds. I've just moved the top away and you see worms right up at the surface. But this stuff, as you can see, it's in the actual mulch layer itself. It's breaking down into great compost. The worms are coming up and munching on it. So this one here is ready for another top dress. Been most impressed with that. These wing beans, I'd like to see a flower from these guys. These guys this year, we'll have to wait and see. I know you can treat them as a perennial bean, so you should be laughing with that. There's another broad ripple yellow currant. And this sweet potato's gone crazy. Absolutely burko again. I pulled it out of here. I had no luck with the fruit this year. And here's that Jarrahdale pumpkin coming around this way now. So neighbours are going to get sick of me and my plants soon, I think. I've got sweet potato under the fence, pumpkin going over the fence. Such is. Another thing I was really impressed about this year was, hello Chook Chook, the green feeder for the chickens. I opened it up when we got the 2 new girls, just to give them all something to have a bit of a feed on and, you know, build a bit of camaraderie between all the chickens. Didn't quite work, but anyway, it did do really well. And with all this rain, I'm going to get some wheat and hopefully sprinkle that through there. I meant to do it the other day, but yeah, just got sidetracked. So we'll end up with a new crop from there soon. Yeah, but most impressed with the way that feeder and also the other big feeder that I made has been going with the chickens. They've been well stocked with food for the last couple of weeks without us having to come down and empty bags and top up feeders. So you've been mighty happy, haven't you, new girl? That Snowball. You can tell because she's lighter than Blackie. Well, that's pretty much all it for our spring and summer harvest. As soon as we get those nematodes under control, I think we'll be cropping a lot better from then on. So hopefully, yeah, this winter is going to provide us with loads and loads of food. I think that insect house there will keep the cabbage moth away from all the brassicas that are going in there, the broccoli and collies and kohlrabi. It's done a terrific job at keeping the fruit fly out. Haven't seen a single strike on any of the chilies or capsicums in there, so mighty impressed with that. What else? I suppose that's pretty much all it. I'll stop rambling on. So I hope everyone in the northern hemisphere has bumper crops this spring and summer, and I suppose I should pretty much will stop prattling on and go up in the house. Actually, one more thing, we do have a Facebook page. Pretty much will just a couple of pictures of what we harvest, some other bits and pieces I link on there. So if you want to hop over there, I'm doing a bit of a giveaway. Thanks to all the subscribers again. We just hit 2,000 last night. I'm doing a bit of a giveaway for when we hit 2,500, and just a couple of soil pH meters and some grow food not lawn stickers. So I'll be popping up the details for that in the next week or so. I won't do it today. So check it out. You don't have to like the page, but have a look at how the giveaway is going to work. You never know, you might end up with a pH meter or stickers. So I suppose that's pretty much all it. I will stop rabbiting on. Any comments, questions, suggestions, drop them in the box below. Other than that, hope you all have a great one and take it easy. Catch ya. So I hope everyone in the normosphere,